Hey, what's going on, everybody? Um, Hope you guys having a blessed, a wonderful start to the new year. Hope everyone's living good, healthy, happy, and whole. Today has been one of those glorious days where you can just thank God for everything that He has done in your life and everything that you want Him to do for you in the future. A lot of things are standing out, and we're, we're getting ready for a big one today, and that's basically how you're going to start your new year and how you're going to continue to do the things that you were able to do before and basically continue doing those things and seeing if you're going to be able to do them even better than how you already been doing them. So, without further ado, basically, when it comes to things that you already know about yourself and how you were able to come take a little bit of a whiff off um, your journey. I feel like when you have to stand by your certain amount of love and fear for something, at the same time, you love it, but also it can be fearful because you're trying new things that you didn't try before, but you never know what's going to happen because you weren't able to try them because you were fearful of what was going to be the outcome. So I feel like today we stand at the doorway of possibilities. You know, the calendar, you know, has a turning point, and with what that comes with, you have a chance to reset, refocus, and reimagine who you'll become as far as your goals for the new year. So, New Year's goals isn't about chasing perfection. They're about choosing to become a better or deliberate, like a daily choice, you know, at a time and point in your life that you can actually say, huh, yeah, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this for the long run. But it's not just every year that you want to be able to focus on goals. These are things that you should already be doing and doing them even better as your days continue to go along and God is able to wake you up every morning and you find yourself saying, how can I be better today than what I was yesterday? So, so basically, if you can commit to bettering yourself, for the year ahead, um, basically, uh, it's not just chasing like a number, on a page. We're stepping into a version of ourselves that is braver, kinder, more capable, and more true to what we're able to, accomplish. You know, as far as this year, it's like make your goals personal, practical. Yeah. Don't dream about being flawless. Commit to being better. You know, better at showing up when, like, the motivation fades, or better at listening to your body and your mind. Better at turning intentions into actions. You know, keep that keep the path, you know, of growth, and keeping it like making it not a marathon, but just do it in sprints. Do it like in sprints. Cause if you're running the whole marathon, eventually you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get burned out, and you're not gonna be able to finish the race that you had set for yourself, which is a journey that is small, but it's meaningful, because those small steps are what get you to your destination. No matter how small it is, eventually small steps become larger steps, and you'll be able to finish that marathon in no time. But life is a marathon. You only finish when God is gives you that, like saying that, come on home. So you just keep on moving and keep on taking those steps in the right direction, because that's all that we can do for ourselves at this point. So it's a it's a steady, patient journey. You know, small, meaningful steps that, over time you continue to make it known that no matter how timeless it is, you're able to still be able to take those meaningful steps, get through those milestones, get through those trials and tribulations, because that's all we can ask for right now, is just help me be better today than what I was yesterday, you know. So making it something that you have, as far as like saying, I'll walk 20 minutes every morning. Maybe instead of getting a snack every day, I'll probably do it maybe every 3 days. I'll probably do like a piece of fruit, you know. I'll probably do a couple of, instead of every day, I'll probably do a snack 3 days a week. It's all about setting goals for yourself. It's all about feeling how you're able to put your best foot forward. So if you want to do that, as far as eating your healthy foods and taking walks every day, setting goals for yourself, making sure that when the goals have um, that measurable purpose, you're able to succeed with them. So, and then you feel like it's doable. There's always a little bit of fog before it disappears, and you're able to see a clear path that you made for yourself. So, yeah, dreams are like our subconscious talking to us and being able to tell us things that we don't know. God speaks to everyone in ways that we're not able to understand. The subconscious that you hear in your mind that says you shouldn't do that, or this is what you should be doing. There's always a thing in your mind saying that I can do this because it's the difference between right and wrong. and sometimes you gotta listen to it, and sometimes you don't want to listen to it. So it's like a angel and a demon on both sides of your shoulders, telling you what you're supposed to do in those situations. Because majority of us are all sinners, most likely they're choosing the demon side instead of the angel side. Sometimes you got to take a step back and realize that there's there's consequences for your actions and what you do down the long haul. Like, maybe I shouldn't have done this. What was I thinking when I was doing that? So you're always gonna have that in the back of your mind. You just hope that it's nothing that's gonna be traumatic or devastating down the long haul. And you just hope that you just learn from your mistake and try your best not to do it again. You know? So being able to keep your arms moving, your legs moving, being able to move, every part of your body is moving. Um, Sometimes you have to get the idea that I want to be able to complete something. I want to be able to try a new skill, maybe even once a week. I want to be able to learn something new. Every day we're learning something new. Where we're like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about my. I didn't know that about myself. I didn't know that that was possible. Sometimes you just gotta see what you're capable of and be able to provide those amazing moments that you can make. You know, when your goals, you know, when you have those little progresses that you make, no matter how small, it could end up being something big in the long run, where you're like, wow. Sometimes having blinders on will stop your momentum from being able to flow, but you're not going to be able to remove them unless you do it yourself. Nobody can do it for you. You got to keep on moving, keep on going in the right direction, and keep on following the right path for you to be successful, and do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. It's not for everybody else. This is for you. This is everything that you need right here. So start with breaking those nasty habits. Continue to keep on grinding and following what your heart desires. Make sure you're able to keep on putting your best foot forward. You know, sometimes great dreams aren't realized in a single moment, but they're forged in a um, tiny capsule that you're able to use when you need them and you think about them. And if you remember them, then you know that that was a dream worth remembering and that it means something, because not everybody can remember their dreams and what they were thinking about. So it's one of those good things about being able to see your subconscious and think, somebody's talking to me. and telling me what to do. So I always tell people, like, when you stumble, you know, you have to have the will to maybe have a little bit of shame, but you're able to get back up. All you gotta do is keep on moving forward. When you fall, get back up, start it all over again. And if you keep on falling, just don't let it stop you from getting back up and keep on moving. You know, being able to move your body daily, it's not a punishment, but you're actually giving your body strength. You're giving it nourishment. Your goals become very, very doable, and you don't have to worry about them becoming draining, you know, and you don't have to worry about the fatigue. You don't have to worry about getting burned out, but you're able to reflect. Um, do something that makes you laugh. Do something that can make you happy. Do something that's gonna transform you and give you encouragement and even put you in a situation where you're inspiring other people to have their goals and journeys also, so where you're seeing the best in other people, and they thank you because they're like, wow, I didn't know that, but I'm gonna try this. And they come back to you and they're like, wow, I want to thank you for all you've done because that was very helpful. I'm very happy that you were able to talk to me about that because I've now succeeded one of my goals and things like that. Just makes you feel good that you're able to do something for other people and don't just think about doing things just for yourself. I always say if you can change one person's life, what you're doing, it's all worth it. It's all worth it, you know. So, someone that you trust as far as friends, family, your partners, and things like that. Um, Sometimes they're on a journey with you, you know. Now all of a sudden you're like building a community where you're able to get on the same track and stay on the same track, and you guys are now focusing and moving forward with your journeys together. It's a beautiful thing, you know. Sometimes you have to like maybe get a checklist, check off the things that you were able to do for the up and coming days, and be able to take those small little steps and be able to finish what you're able to start, no matter how long it takes. But you know that eventually you're going to finish that race. And it's going to be a race worth finishing, but slow and steady. You got to take it slow and steady so that you'll be able to move in the right directions, you know, make them realistic. Don't do extreme, crazy goals that are so far left field, but just keep them, um, yeah, keep them realistic. Don't let them be so far out there. Make healthier choices for yourself. Continue to work through difficult times. Don't let the harsh, hardships bring you down because life is going to have ways of tearing you apart, but it's all up to you what you do to try to bring yourself up and continue to conquer those goals and milestones and obstacles um, that are set in your way. Because it's not going to be an easy, smooth road. There's going to be a lot of bumps, a lot of cracks and everything in the road. But you just got to keep on moving passing them, saying that this these won't slow me down at all. It's not going to slow me down. It's just going to keep on making me stronger, make me feel like I got something to prove. And I'm gonna prove it to the best way I can. Cause no matter what I'm going through in life, I'm not gonna let nothing that was in my past mess with the things that I have going for me in the future. So keep on doing those small achievements for yourself. Don't let anything push you over the edge, you know, and just know that if you ever need help, there's always somebody that's going to catch you before you fall off completely. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to, you know, take them on the journey with you. And they always say that people are in your lives for a reason, as a blessing or as a lesson, you know. And those people that are in your life for a blessing, continue to cherish that and know that no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. And that there's people in your corner that are rooting for you and also doing the best that they can to make you feel the way that you need to feel so you can keep on going down that path that's right for you. And don't let nobody lead you astray. You can kind of figure the ones that have the negative, bad energies, and you can kind of sense it. And if you sense that and you know that this isn't the person that's gonna keep me climbing up the ladder of success, but instead they're gonna bring me down, if not make me fall off the ladder completely. And I don't want that. I want someone that's gonna push me so I can keep on climbing up that ladder to get to my original goals and be able to conquer and do the goals that I set out to do. You know, making small little steps and being able to climb up, and they're climbing up with me instead of holding my leg and bringing me back down with them to where they're not going anywhere. Sometimes you gotta take that toxicity that people have and you gotta, like, remove it from your life altogether. Don't let nothing tear or bring you down or stop you from growing in a way that you're able to succeed and be able to reach the top and keep on climbing up that ladder. But don't let anything stop you, and don't let anybody bring you down, or don't let anybody remain in the same place and keep you in the same place. Our goals and things, as we continue to grow and get older, you want to be able to push yourself up that ladder. You want to be able to move yourself in the right direction. You want to keep on climbing and being better than what you was, and looking back and like, I'm not going back down. I'm remaining to keep on climbing. And if people are not going to climb with me, then they're going to be left behind. I'm going to be left behind because I know what I have and I know what is special for me. When I look in the mirror, I see myself and I see a person that is determined and dedicated to doing great and wonderful things. And no matter what I'm going through, I'm not going to let anything slow me down, or I'm not going to let anything stop. Because I know that there's good things coming and there's greater things on the horizon. And I'm going to just keep on grinding and knowing that eventually I'll be able to see what's over the horizon, and it'll be the best feeling, the wonderful thing that I could ever imagine. And I'm going to be ready for it. And God is going to continue to lift me up and push me in that right direction so I can be able to see what's in store, what's ahead, what my future holds. Because I know my future's going to be bright. You keep on praying, you keep on believing, you keep on grinding, keep on going up, and you're going to be right there. You're going to be right there, you know, grinding and climbing up those ladders, and being able to see the best thing for yourself. And you'll get to know everything about yourself and what you're able to do, what you're able to accomplish. So just keep that in mind. Keep on grinding, keep on fighting. It's all we can do. And pray that you get to your destination and God is going to be able to guide you on the right paths in your life. So, when I speak about people or a person who has faced a spinal cord injury, and every friend, family member, or caregiver who stands beside you, if you're listening, I want you to know this. You're not defined by your injury. You're not defined by the things that you're not able to control and things like that. You're defined by your courage, your choices, and the daily acts that you're able to shape in your life that you can control. Now, when you feel a moment of defeat, then that's just the end of a chapter where you're opening a new one, that when your voice is being heard, your voice matters. And your future still is possibly of joy, progress, and purpose. Of course, anger, sadness, fear, confusion, they're honestly a part of the journey as well. Don't rush past them or pretend like they don't exist, because they do. Progress, process, and you're feeling with people that you trust, with yourself to choose the next steps and great clarity and strength in your life. The injury will change you from a physical standpoint, but if you're blessed enough to still have your mind, then that's one of the amazing blessings that you could ever ask, because not only do you have your mind, but you're able to talk and inspire others who are dealing with those situations as well. You know, feeling with people is a trust issue. Professionals who understand and peers who walk this road as well as you are, they're not only acknowledging and understanding the pain that you're going through, you know, you free yourself to choose the next steps that are greater. And sometimes the injuries can change a lot in a person, but it doesn't have to erase what you are in the inside. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes you feel that you aren't where you're supposed to be and you feel like you're stepping back. But sometimes when you're improving your motive skills, doing therapy, knowing that this isn't the end, you're going to go through some depression. You're going to go through sadness. You're going to go through all of that. And of course, it's understandable because you've never been in this situation before. You're known for moving around, walking, things like that. But time heals all wounds, mentally and physically. So as you continue to progress and time is continuing to be that factor, whatever you're going through is going to heal. And it's a long process because the brain and the spinal cord are the longest to heal. So when you have that disconnect, the nerves from your spinal cord don't reach your brain. Your brain is still connected to your body, but it's giving off signals that are not connecting. That's why you'll see someone with spasms. You'll see someone moving their limbs out of control and things like that because the connection isn't there. It's not there, and the nerves are going all over the place. So it turns into spasms, but sometimes what we gotta do is we gotta treat the goals that you have for yourself as a map, not a verdict. Each milestone can bring you closer, to the life that you want. This is the moment to lean into your rehabilitation devices, you know, have a good support system, know what your capabilities are, and be able to practice new skills. Like, there's a lot of people that I know that are able to paint with their mouths. Able to paint with their mouths, they're able to do certain things that they never did before. Very fascinating. Surround yourself with people who are dealing with the same things that you're dealing with, you know. Have that capability that whatever you're going through, this isn't the end. And there's physical therapy, there's occupational therapy, there's mobility aids, communication devices, home modifications, There's so many things that you're able to do while dealing with this little period in your time. Because as you continue to focus on the bigger picture, you know that this is not the end. This is just a big bump in the road that eventually you'll be able to overcome. And as we overcome it, we're just going to keep on thinking positive, keep on knowing that this is just a now thing, but not a forever thing. You know, it's not the end, it's just a little thing that you're able to say, I went through something, but now I know that down the line I was able to overcome it, and now I'm back to where I was. And there's so many things where you get closer to God and you understand what He has in store for you and know how blessed and how much He loves you, and He's not going to give you more than you can bear. So He knows how you were before, and He knows what you're going through, and He's going through it with you. When you hurt, He hurts. That's why you got to keep on getting close to Him, keep on getting close to God, and being able to bring Him in your life so that He can be able to heal you, bring you out from this bed of affliction, bring you out of this wheelchair so that you'll be able to live the life that you once did. But you can't go back to your old ways. You have to change your life for the better because He's giving you a second chance of living. And you have to take that second chance, acknowledge Him, and also give people an understanding of how amazing and wonderful that He is, because He's set on giving us a miracle. Miracles are being done every single day. Miracles are happening every single day. And as you continue to wait patiently, your time will come. God's timing is always perfect. Always. So when that wonderful time comes, when you're able to get back on your feet and start walking again, make sure you give Him all the praise, all the glory, because it is Him. He is the reason why you're able to move your arms, move your limbs, you know, move your rest of your body parts, your legs, you know. You're able to do the things that you once did. You're able to walk again. You're able to do all those amazing things that you weren't able to do for a while. The strongest body, it cannot fully heal without a good mindset, having a good mind. Because the mind and the body are connected. If you have a positive mindset, your body is going to respond. Your body isn't attached, or it's giving off mixed signals with your brain, but at the same time, if you have a positive mindset, your body is going to respond in a positive way. Whereas if you have a negative mindset, your body's going to respond in a negative way. You know, sometimes you're easy to be independent like you once were. It's definitely hard to be dependent on other people and things like that. Whereas you haven't done it for a long time, and it's going to take a lot of time to be able to heal those specific wounds. But I feel like having the mental health support and things like that, and having people to talk to is also a true blessing. And it's hard to just talk to anybody. It's hard to just talk to anybody. You have to build a deep connection with someone who is able to understand. I had that, but my doctor and my psychologist and things like that went out of network, and it's been hard to try to find someone to take his place because I've opened up a whole lot to him, but it's been difficult, and it's going to be difficult just to open yourself up to a whole different person. So I understand. That's the hardest part, but it gets easier, especially when you take steps and you open up different parts of your mind to where you're like, I didn't I didn't know this about myself. Now I'm able to heal, and I'm able to see the parts of my mind and parts of my body that I didn't realize. And now you're learning a lot about yourself. Sometimes having a group of people who's going through the same things that you're going through can be very helpful. Having like those group discussions can take some time, but eventually you're gonna be on that right path where you're like, oh, I'm very, very excited to be around a group of people who are going through what I'm going through, being able to have conversations and being able to have talks with these people that you're not able to talk to everyone or anyone about it who's dealing with the things that you're dealing with, because only the certain amount of people that can understand what you're going through and how you're going to be able to fix it for the better. But yeah, surround yourself with people who will lift you up and tell you the truth, about kindness. When you feel overwhelmed, just pause, take a breath, and remember that seeing help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Because there's a community out there that believes in you. The journey is not meant for um, so yeah. Your journey isn't for people to walk alone, but you're gonna need support and people to help walk with you, help you walk into the direction that you wanna walk in, but bring those people that are part of that community that you built, have them walk it with you. So even if you're going through some things, you're not going to be going through it alone. You're going to be able to focus on those things that's going to shift your mindset and also give you an opportunity to respect the people who are dealing with spinal cord injuries also. Plan for a life where you can live, but don't let this be acceptable. Don't accept it, right? Just know that this is a now, but it's not forever. Now, you can deal with this, but just know that every day that you wake up, pray. Pray that one day that this will not be forever, but this is just for a brief moment in time. A nightmare that's gonna go away and give you a good dream, a future dream where you're no longer dealing with the nightmare, but now you're able to walk and you're able to see the goodness of God and what He has in store for you, what His purpose is for you. Everyone's different. Everyone's different as far as their injury is concerned. And sometimes you'll feel like the journey is long to where you feel like you're not going to get to your destination on your time. But it's not about your time. It's not about your time. If it was up to us, we would have felt like I want to be back on my feet yesterday. But we just got to understand that there's a reason for everything that happens in our lives. And in a lot of ways, it's helped me become a better man and a better person. And it can also help you see things from a point of view that you've never seen before. Now you're seeing things from a person who's has a disability and you're seeing it from their point of view. And because you're going through the same thing that they're going through, you're now able to talk about those things and you're able to get what that person is going through. Whereas if you were up walking, you wouldn't have any idea of what a person in a wheelchair is going through. Feel like you deserve support, you deserve opportunity, and you deserve a future that you could be excited to wake up each morning and stand tall. Stand tall in your truth, reach the help you need, and take that next small, brave step. The road may be long, but you're not walking it alone. Your story is still being written. Let it be a story that grows undeniable strength. And remember to keep on building yourself up and don't let anything tear you down and block you from your progress. And keep on the high horse. Keep on moving in the right direction. And remember that if you keep on having that positive mindset, your body's gonna see it, your body's gonna react to it, and before you know it, you'll be back on your feet doing the wonderful things that you love and were doing before you had your accident or anything that you were going through. Just know that there's so much of you that you have yet to discover, but when you sit down and find a way to meditate or just even be in like a small space of your own. You're able to see the wonderful things that you've never seen about yourself. But this is your moment. This is your opportunity. And this is your chance to make it the best that you can, so that that one day when you're back on your feet again, you'll be able to not only do the wonderful things that you did before, but you're able to put a new chapter in your story that's still being written. So